you can say that two stuff. Number one is movement. Number two is shift. Movement means, okay, if we are at here, because of price decrease, we start consuming more, so we move from point A to point B, right? So we don't have to make a new curve. Similarly, movement in this case, previously you are here, and now you have moved from your journey from A to B. You start consuming more. Means you don't have to make a new curve. But look at that. If you are here, and now you have moved to point B, and point B is not on the same curve, you have to make a new curve. We call this shift. This is called movement. So what is the definition of movement? So look at me. If there is a change in quantity demanded, and the reason is just price, we call this is a movement. Again, let me repeat one more time. If there is a change in quantity demanded, and the reason is price, it means we don't have to make a new curve. We are moving on the same curve, up and down. Price decreases, quantity increases, so we are now on point B. Price increases, quantity decreases, we move from B to A. Here we go. So movement along the curve. If price increase, quantity decrease. If you are right now, oh, my bad. If you are right now at 0.5, it means you are consuming how much? You are consuming 10 units. At a price of 0.5. If price increases to 1.5, what will be your new consumption? 6 units. So we don't have to make a new curve. We just move from A to B. See? A to B. So there is a change in quantity, yes. From this 10 to 6, there is a change, yes. Change is caused by change in price, right? It means this change is due to a price change, increase in price. So it means we call this movement. Again, let me repeat that sentence. If there is a change in quantity demanded, and that quantity demanded change is due to just price increase or decrease, that's it. We say that there is a change, and that change, we call this, there's a movement. So whenever the curve, the word comes to you in news, or if a news anchor is saying, okay, the movement along the, there's a movement in demand. What does it mean? It means only one factor that influences the quantity demanded, and that is the price. Right? Like economists, if you read the news, if you heard the news that, okay, they are saying that, okay, the, for example, okay, for example, the departmental stores, they increase the price and we see a movement in the demand curve, that's it. We see the movement in the Walmart, Walmart demand curve of yogurt or milk section or whatsoever. So whenever the word movement occur, remember, we don't have to make a new curve. Curve is the same. It means, what does it mean? Curve remains the same. It means we do not have to go through that laborious process of finding out what is the demand schedule, the table that shows price and quantity. Okay, you are finding out the prices, and this is the market demand. Okay, how many consumer I have and how much they want to buy, right? This is a laborious process. It looks here very simple. Okay, two people, Catherine and Nicholas, but in reality, there are millions of people who want to buy ice creams. So where do you want to get that demand curve? So it's surveys. There are companies who gather this surveys and give you the data, okay, the real data that you can trust on that. Then you can start production, right? So the thing is that, okay, you took a, this is a sign of relief that you don't have to spend a lot of money on research to gather your demand. Why? Because the demand schedule is the same, the survey, it is the same. Only what happened, the price changes, so we move, we are staying in the same table, or we are staying on the same curve, right? But is this the all case? No. So we have a practical example, and that is we have two case scenarios. So number one event is that doctor says people who eat ice creams regularly, number one, live longer. So there's a Gallup survey or whatsoever survey, they find out that, okay, if this research came out, people increase the quantity. The other survey, live shorter. If they eat the ice cream, they live shorter. And that survey also came. Two research, two answers. So this is the original demand. So when the price was 0, they want to buy 12. When the price was 1.5, they want to buy 6. When 3, they want to buy 0. Now what happened? The doctor says they live longer. So they start consuming more. So on the same price, 0.5, previously they were consuming 10, and now they increase their consumption to 14. There is a change in quantity demanded. Yes, quantity demanded has increased by 4 units, but if the price changes, price remains the same. It means this is not movement. It means the reason is something else due to this research, right? Or in this case scenario, from 10 to 6, people live shorter life, so they decreases their consumption. So price is the same, still price is 0.5, now they are consuming only 6. Previously price was still 0.5, they were consuming 10. So it means there is a change in quantity demanded, yes, -4, but the reason is price? No, the reason is something else. Even though we don't have this scenario, even though we can see that the new quantity demanded has decreased, but the price is not the reason. Reason is something else. It means we have to make a new curve. Previously, it is 10 and now it is 14. Price remained the same and now it is 14. And 14 is not that on that schedule or on that curve. We have to make a new curve, right? So here we go. So if quantity increases, we have a shortcut here thanks to economist. If there is increase in demand and reason is not price, we see a shift to the right mean demand increase. So for answer number 1, if you draw the curve of this is the old curve and this is the new curve. If you draw these two curves, demand will be shifted to right. It would be looking like this. This is the original demand, so this is the new demand. Demand has increased. So for your understanding, shift to the right mean increase. Demand increase. It means shift to the right. There is increase in demand, right? Graphically, how you are going to show that? Increase in demand, so this is the original one and this is D1. Increase in demand, shift to the right, right? Now your right, my right. Just giving you a taste of attention so that you are fully aware. Okay, that was a joke. Okay, sorry. Okay, so decrease mean shift to the left, right guys? So if demand is decreased but price remain the same, decrease means shift to the left, increase means shift to the right. Easy? You don't have to draw the whole graph and you show your artistic ability. Okay, you are good, making drawings and all those stuff. No, it's pretty obvious. Thanks to the economists, we know that increase means shift to the right, decrease means shift to the left. But remember, this increase is not caused by price. If the caused by price and we don't see any new curve, we are moving on the same curve, right? So, okay, let's talk about I think we are just going to skip that one. You know how to make graph. You're pretty good at that. So normally my previous experience with those classes are that they don't know how to make a graph. So that's why I included these two activities. But now you know how to make a graph. So I'm just going to skip that activity. So we have a question here. That is, for example, if drinking cola becomes more fashionable, demand will increase at every price. Can you confirm demand increase at every price? 110. If the price is 110, original demand was 0 and now demand is 100. If the price is 80, increase. It means yes, at every price it is increased. So what is the reason? Reason is fashion, not the price. That's why we have to make a new schedule. So can you draw this? Easily. So if this is the original demand, the new demand would be, we know that demand has increased at every price level. So shift to the right.
Right.
Understand, guys? Easy? Okay, now these are the variable which causes shift in demand curve. So any reason that causes increase in demand must be under one of these categories. So number one, consumer income. If consumer income rises, right? If your income rises, you start consuming more. It means price is the same, 2 yuan per cone, but now your affordability increases, purchasing power increases, right? So demand shift to the right. But we need to categorize that whether the product that you are consuming is normal good or inferior good. So remember, this is economics terminology, economics jargon, economics language. Inferior doesn't mean that it is cheap or